Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Rita, this is my channel 10 Red Lipsticks, and today we're going to do my update for Deck of Panning. So I tried to film this yesterday and there was just constant noise from two different building sites right beside my house. They are using a drill like right behind my house. I think you cannot hear it on the video. I'm hoping that's going to continue to be the case. But anywho, if there is background noise, I apologise. But let's get into it while the building side on this side is on their lunch break. So Deck of Panning is a project pan created by Emily and Max, themed around a deck of cards. And sorry, I'm distracted by looking at what the builders are doing. So Emily created this inspired by a To Be Read game by Books with Maddie, and Emily has a really good game board done up. She changes it around every month and you use a deck of cards to pick your card. I have two jokers, so I'm going to put one aside, and very exciting day because we are going to be pulling several cards today. But first up, we're going to get into my updates on all the products that I was working on last month, and then we will pull some new cards and I will pick out some new products, and it's a full refresh today. So first up, a product that has been in for a long time. I now cannot find the packaging, which is so annoying, but I told you I decanted it into this little MAC sample pot, and it's my Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation, and my goal was to finish, and I have finished it. There is like a teeny tiny bit all around the edges of this tiny little MAC sample pot that I had to put it into when it got too low in the bottle to use the pump. But it smells really bad because it's just such a tiny amount. It has expired in there. That's fine by me. It's finished. Obviously there's a small amount coating that packaging and coating the original packaging, but I'm very happy. I love this foundation. I would totally repurchase it if I was doing another Colourpop order and they still did that foundation. So yeah, really love that. Obviously it took several months, but I'm really happy with that. And to have another old foundation moved out of my collection is great. I'm not sure, maybe drugstore was the prompt for that, or maybe Finish, or I don't know, but it's done. Next up, my Catrice Clean ID Mineral Eyeshadow Palette, and I believe the prompt for this was hit a pan, and we did it. Look at that beautiful pan, not this empty one here. I got it broken, but this one here, and I think you can see clearly the pan there. I hit the pan yesterday. I was trying to film yesterday, I couldn't, it was so loud, and apologies, there's some decent shadow going on here, but I hit the pan yesterday and it was just so tiny you could barely see it, so I used it again today with a bunch of other shades from other projects, etc., to try and expand the pan a little bit, make it just more obvious on camera. So yeah, I am so happy to have a new pan in my collection, have pan in a new palette, or like an old palette, but you know, a palette that had no pans previously. Yeah, I'm really happy. I love this shade. I think it's gorgeous. It's in my crease today. It's like a really cool tone, matte, taupey, pinky, perfect crease shade for me. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, I have this light shimmer as my inner corner today. I haven't really used all of the other shades, but it is what it is. I have hit my goal. I have a new pan in my collection. So happy. And so those two were in the project for a long time, and last month I rolled in 3 new prompts and I made them all pretty easy. The first of which was because it was indeed a baby goal. So this is the Beauty Bay Pastels palette, just 8 shades, and I set my goal as no pan left behind. So on the day of my upload, or on the day of my video last month, I was wearing these 2, and then I did, I think, 3 more looks. If I am able to, I will insert pictures or videos. I had loads of fun with this, and I'm really happy with this palette. I got it from Ruth. She decluttered it and I took a year and a half to use it, which is so silly, but I was very happy with, you know, exactly how I envisioned using this, with singles, with other palettes, and it's a great companion palette and just a bit of fun. It adds something very different to my collection. Like I have a couple of pastels in a couple of palettes, but not many. Like I don't have any of the, you know, pastel themed palettes that have mixes of mattes and shimmers. So to have just a matte palette and then I can use it with my singles is really good. I used it with a new Catrice single, and then I also used it with, so we've hit that goal, no pan left behind. My other prompt was indie, and I chose the Kaleidos Futurism 6 Lunar Lavender palette, and I also gave myself a no pan left behind to go for this. So I surprised myself because I kind of thought I would do maybe all the purples from this palette together and then the neutrals with another palette, but I used these purple mattes alongside the pastels palette to deepen out a look or develop a look more, and then I wound up using these two neutrals with the purple shimmers in here. So I kind of surprised myself. That wasn't what I was expecting to do, but I was really happy with it. Loved the quality in here. Again, a palette I've owned for a long time, and it was my first and second time using it. Used it over 2 days. Really happy with it, and I just think these palettes are so pretty, and they should bring them back, and they should do, you know, they're doing a bunch of neutrals now, Kaleidos. They should do neutrals in this packaging because these have magnetic pans. That's the only reason I don't want to buy the new Kaleidos quads, is they're not magnetic pans. And then finally, sample. I don't have, or mini, I think sample. I don't have that many makeup products in that category, so I chose a skincare product. This is the L'Occitane en Provence Immortal Reset Night Serum. It is too much really for my skin, so I used it on nights where I knew I was going to shower in the morning, but I was not happy to use it on my face when I wasn't like last night I didn't use it because this morning I wasn't having a shower, so I'm gonna have a shower tonight. I could use it. No, I couldn't use it then today. Anyway, if I was going to shower in the morning, I would use it on my face the night before, and that worked great. So other than that, I used it on my neck, on my hands, and finished it that way. Obviously, there is a tiny bit left in it. It's not really coming out. I'll try and get a tiny bit now. Oh, tiny bit came out. So yeah, it's, you have to pump like 5 times and then you get the tiniest bit. But I will use it now to remove this swatch. So I'm taking that as an empty. I'm not beating myself up over getting the last tiny bit out. I have tried really hard to open it, and because this would be a great bottle for travel with other things, but I can't get it open. So if I could open it, I'd scrape out the last bit, but I'm not going to keep pumping 100 times to get one tiny drop. And it's not the product for my skin type anyway. So 5 products out, 5 cards in. So we've got my deck of cards here, taking 1 joker out, leaving 1 joker in. Sorry, getting a queen there as well. I will now shuffle. Oh, I'm really bad at shuffling, and these cards are really stiff, so they are actually very difficult to shuffle. I definitely have a hair on my face somewhere that's driving me crazy. Not sure if I got it. Not sure if I got it. So I have the new game board. Let me just pull that up and then I can tell you what the cards are as soon as they are drawn. Okay, I redid my lip gloss there and we'll give it another shuffle. I have the board here in front of me. So 5 cards to pick. Let's see what we get. See, I'm so bad at shuffling. Okay, first up, the Jack of Spades. Cut the deck again. Next up, the 10 of Spades. Cut the deck. Next up, the King of Diamonds. Sorry, this is when you don't wear your glasses to film, you know. Next up, the 7 of Clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then next up, the Jack of Hearts. Okay, so we have two jacks, but they're different colours, so they will be different prompts. A king, and then two number cards. So let's see what we have. So the King of Diamonds is No Pan Left Behind. That's always a fun one. The Jack of Hearts is Indie. The Jack of Spades is Mainstream. The Seven of Clubs is Oh the Shame. So I think that means something I've never used. And then the 10 of Spades is Broken. I have a great one for Broken. I already know what I'm picking for that. Okay, I'm going to go and find my 5 new items and I'll be back with you in a second and we'll set some goals. Of course, I took too long to pick my products and now the loud noises are back. Okay, apologies. I'm sure the lighting and the angle have changed quite dramatically. As soon as I had finished my product, picked all my products, the builders started again. They finished their lunch break. So it is the end of my work day and I have picked my products. So let's go through them. So for No Pan Left Behind, you may have seen that I won Kaylin's giveaway. I'll link her channel down below. She was in the Nomad Starfish program, so she got a palette and then she decided to do a giveaway and I won. So she said I could pick any palette on the Nomad website and she ordered it and got it sent to me. Nomad actually have a distributor, I assume it's just a warehouse in Ireland. So if you put in an EU address when you order, then it will ship from Ireland. So my palette came in 2 days. Yeah, very happy. So I have only used 4 shades so far, these neutrals, these 4 in the corner here. So my goal will be No Pan Left Behind and try out all of the other beautiful colours in this palette. I'm so happy to have this and to have won the giveaway. It was so lovely. So yeah, I'm excited now to have an opportunity because I was like, oh, I'd love to know Pan Left Behind it, but I have other Project Pan priorities, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. And now I'm able to put it in a project. So perfect. Next up, the Jack of Hearts. So Indie is the prompt. I'm going to cheat slightly, but I have got a lot of projects going on. So this is my BYOP, mostly full of shades from 50 Shades of Black, but also a couple of shades from my Graveyard Project Pan, which is also one of Emily's other projects. So I'm going to pick this green matte, which is from the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette, so obviously very much so an indie brand, and my goal is going to be to use this 5 times. Obviously my overall goal is to hit pan, but it being a colourful shade, I think, you know, a more bite-sized goal is a very good idea to get me off to a good start with it. So my goal for that is 5 uses on that shade. Then for Mainstream, so this is my blackjack, I decided to go for Fenty, and this is the Fenty Eavesdrop, the original, not the shiny one, and I have it in the shade 1, and it is such a good shade match for me. It is very light. Now I find this to be slightly finicky. I don't like it really with a sponge. I like it with my fingers, applying it just with my hands, and sometimes it's really beautiful and other times it doesn't really work. So I'm not sure what the story is with that. I got it in TK Maxx, so I'm worried about it getting old. So my goal is to finish this. There's not that much left in it. Like I will shine a light through and see. It's hard to, you need like perfect pitch darkness around it in order for shining the light through to work. But I'd say we're pretty low, like we could be down to where the shape changes here. That's a mark from probably a couple of years ago at this stage. But yeah, my goal is to finish. I'd love to move another complexion product out of my collection, particularly an old one. Next up for Broken. So I had a few options with this. Obviously, I have put the broken highlighter in my 50 Shades of Black. This I have a massive pan in, so it's the Catrice Under Eye Brightener in light rose. I have a massive pan. I would like to finish it. It's working perfectly fine, but it is broken. Like, it's all cut, the glass jar. Thankfully, it's not so sharp that it's cutting me, but it is like a pain to open it. I ran it over with my car. Yeah. I obviously dropped it. My partner found it outside, like under the wheel of the car. He was like, "Is this one of your makeup things?" And yeah, I had obviously run it over with my car, but it's really thick glass, so it has survived, but it is badly broken. I have actually already bought a replacement because I think they're not stocking it in store in Ireland anymore, because several places I hadn't seen it, and then I was in a pharmacy and they must have had some old stock and they had one, so I just bought it because I was like, once this runs out I'm going to want it immediately, and if I order online I'm not going to stop at just one thing, I'm going to order a lot of things. So I was like, better to buy it in person when I happen to see it. So my goal is to finish this. I think that'll take a little while. I often use this alone. Sometimes I use it under real concealer, so it depends. So some, you know, some weeks I might use a huge amount of it and the next week I might use much less. But I think it won't last the whole summer. I don't think it could in any way last the whole summer. And now that it's actually in a project, I'll be more conscious of using it. So I think we could get through it in a few months. And then finally for Oh the Shame. So I'm not sure how many products now I have that I've never used. Not that many. So I decided to pick something that I actually just ordered today, which I was raging because I missed out on something really good. The lip balm things from Sculpted by Amy were in the 12-euro Tuesday sale, or the £10 Tuesday sale. They were all sold out, unfortunately, but they had the minis of like 4 different types of the Urban Decay setting sprays. I have never tried those, so I ordered the original and the ultra matte. Yeah, I'm excited to try those. So the reason this is shameful that I ordered them is that I have 2 other setting sprays that I'm trying to pan. So my goal is going to be quite small, just to use each one 10 times, basically to test them and see if I like them. You know, are they as life-changing as some people say? And if so, is that going to be worthwhile for me to switch to that's, you know, and now we have thunder. What is going on? This is not the day. Is it going to become my favorite setting spray formula? And is that something that I'm going to be repurchasing from now on? I want to test them out and see, and I don't want to just kind of forget about them and have them sitting there for ages while I only focus on my Project Pan ones. I want to actually kind of actively compare them to my Project Pan setting sprays, because one of those is from Revolution and I'm finding it quite good. So that's obviously much cheaper than the Urban Decay one, so I don't want to, you know, finish that completely before I start using the Urban Decay one and then get confused about, do I really need the higher end version? But I thought when it was in the sale, it wasn't the most shameful purchase, but obviously it is a very limited sale, just the one day, and they do run out of things quickly. So I just snapped up the opportunity, and it's a bit shameful when you have 2 sprays in a project to then buy 2 more. So those are my 5 new products. Obviously I might or might not get a couple of these goals, like maybe 3 of the goals, the 5 uses, the no pan left behind, and the setting spray usage goals done in the next month. That's not impossible. I'll certainly try and get at least one of them done in the next month. These are definitely going to take a bit longer, and we've just rolled out a foundation and we're rolling in a base product and an under eye product. So again, I'd say these will take a season to finish, and I'm happy to have that kind of mix of easier goals and harder goals in this project, and that's what's so fun about the game board. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I have watched a few updates, which has been really fun, like in between things today. So yeah, apologies that this is late, but this is the lighting, this is the sound, this is what we're working with. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Can you guys hear the thunder? Probably not, but there's like really loud thunder.